Okay, we are live, everyone. Welcome to whatever this is, Chances Tarot. So let's see what we can do for everybody. I've got our list ready. I've got everything ready to go. I'm going to be shuffling the cards. We're going to be looking at Friday's energy, so tomorrow's energy. This week went by pretty quickly, Went by pretty quickly, at least to me. But that is because I sleep 99% of the time. And the other 1% of the time, I'm dreaming about sleeping. And so that is kind of how I roll. Okay, let's do this here. Let's get it all shuffled up, get everything going. Alrighty, all right. Let's do it one more time. Well, maybe a couple more times. And then I got to do the energy oracle. But yeah, is anyone having any fun plans for this weekend? I feel like for me, it's just going to be a normal weekend, going to be kind of a chill weekend, but I like that. Chill is what I like. So, and we'll try and keep this one a little bit shorter. Our last one was 2.5 hours. Well, even longer, almost 2 hours and 45 minutes. So we can't be doing that. So we're going to keep this at 2 hours. I'm going to try very hard to keep this at 2 hours, and tomorrow's at 2 hours. That way I don't get burnt out, All right. Let me shuffle these cards here. And yeah, let me know. You guys got any weekend plans? Any kind of situations going on? For me, it's just going to be probably some gaming and some relaxation. I feel like I go hard at it all week. And so weekends, just like everyone else, I like to relax. Maybe I should just work weekends and then relax during the week. Oh, there you go. Hey there, you misunderstood me. Hello, how are you doing? And you didn't misunderstand me. But when I read your name, you see. But I got you. How you doing? One more shuffle here. See what we can do. Okay. All right. So let me move stuff over. Okay. So let's start with, this will be for Friday, March 7th, 2025. Let's see what we get. Okay. And I will show you the cards here in just a second, everyone. You gotta wait until we get them all shuffled out. I do 5 cards for these ones. And we do the energy oracle. That's what these giant blue ones are, is the energy oracle deck. As I've said many times, this, hey, Petra, how you doing? Just in time. Yes, you are. I haven't seen you for a minute. Hopefully everything's been good. I think it's been about a week since I've seen you. Indecision. Okay, and you can see how crazy these are. I've used them so much, the lamination's wearing off on them. Okay. So, I'm good considering my car died in the gas stall. How are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry that happened. That stinks. I'm doing good. Just been kind of a more chill day for me today. I didn't do anything too intensive. I was feeling kind of sore, kind of tired, so I was taking it easy today. Just basically did some light chores and stuff like that, so nothing too good. Yes, I was missing the lives a few times. You were missing them. But it's good you're here now. So, let me add both of you to the list while I can remember. That way we kind of get it started on the right foot. So, we got you, Miss. Let's see. Nope. You, Miss. Understood me. And then we have Petra. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so here's what we got for Thursday. All right, and remember to thumbs up the video, you guys, if you wouldn't mind. I would appreciate it. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Petra. So, death card. Okay, this could be Scorpio energy. Then we have the Ace of Coupes or Ace of Cups. There we go. I see one like. Love it. I love it. Makes me feel like I'm doing something good. Then we have Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. So we get the Death card, which can be Scorpio energy, but it can also be focusing. There's another one. Are you doing a collective reading? Yes, this is collective for tomorrow. So for Friday, March 7th. That's what I usually start these off doing a collective, and then we go from there. We validate you, Chance. Thank you. Thank you, culture. I appreciate it. The validation helps me to feel just the ooey gooeys all over. Not in a bad way, not this time, but the good kind of ooey gooeys. You guys get it. So death is transformation. Cherry's vlogs. How you doing, Cherry? Oh, and I'll put culture on the list too. So we'll have culture. Then we got Cherry. I'm doing good, Cherry. Oh, nope. I am doing good. I'm just, today was just kind of a more chill day for me. So yes, you're already on the list. As I said a little bit ago, you misunderstood me, the person, not the action. You're already on the list as number one. I was saying that a little bit earlier. Maybe you were dozing off there. That's fine. I fall asleep too when I talk sometimes. I get a little boring, so I get it. Okay. Hey there, Jano. How you doing, bud? I'm like, damn, this guy can talk. I just leave the conversation, even though it's me. I just astral project. I go into the other room until I'm done talking. Sorry, dealing with car. You're good. You're good. Okay. So death is transformation, new energy. Could be dealing with Scorpio energy. And for those of you dealing with the Scorpio, so sorry to hear that. My condolences. I'm just kidding. I like to make fun of all of the signs equally, except for Taurus. We are perfect angels, as you guys all know. Taurus snake is what I am. I'm sorry you guys aren't. It is amazing. Audrey Hepburn was a Taurus snake. Okay, just think about that. I'm the same as Audrey Hepburn. So it's, that's what makes me feel good at night. That's how I fall asleep. I just think about that. I go to sleep. It's great. Okay, so Ace of Cups and Ace of Swords in reverse. See, now that's interesting. That's interesting right there. And Jay says they're heavy Scorpio. Heavy meaning, how heavy we talking? Oh, like the scorpion. Okay, I got you. Most Scorpios are scorpions. I've noticed this. So new ways of thinking, blocking new ways of thinking, but new energy for emotions can be coming in. So this could be a possible relationship from the past reaching out, coming back into your life and being like, this is something that can be tricky for us to let go of, okay? Because we had indecision. We have the world, okay? This could be a situation where tomorrow some of us could be dealing with a relationship or something that feels like it's coming back to us in one way or another and not knowing what we should do, okay? The best thing to do in these situations is to really see how you feel, okay? If you're looking at a possible relationship and you're looking for it and it's out of convenience, or it's because you're feeling lonely or you're feeling desperate, it's not for you. If it's not someone you would choose willingly when everything is going well in your life and you're not bored, don't do it, right? But if it's because you're bored and you're thinking of entertaining something, really think about it. Really think about it. Never again, Petra says, okay, perfect. We're on the same page. Because I know it's easy to think that we want something. Is this? Yes, this is the collective reading. Udi, am I saying that right? Yeah, we're just doing the collective right here. But I got you on the list. So, yeah, that's what I've got. Let's go to doing the actual readings and go from there. So here's the list. Here's what it looks like. We have, you misunderstood me, the person. Then we have Petra, then we have Culture, then we have Cherry Vlogs, Jano, and then Udi. All right, so this is how it's going to go. I'm going to put the list here so you guys can... there's a lot of capital letters and you misunderstood me. So I'm going to just do this. We're going to have you misunder. That's going to be... Then we have Petra. Then we have Culture. Then we have Cherry Vlogs, which cherry is one of my favorite flavors. I know that's why that's your name, just to impress me, and I appreciate that. All right, and then we have Jano. Then we have Udi. You understand Cherry Vlogs, you get it. I mean, I personally wouldn't do that, but if that's your thing, more power to you. I am very hard to impress. No, anything will impress me. I am very impressed. I'm impressive. No, that's not the right word. I am impressionable. That's it. All right, that's it. That's the word. I got my vocabulary at the dollar store, guys, and I can't return it. So I'm doing the best I can with what I got. All right. Okay, we're gonna shuffle some cards here. We're gonna do. So you misunderstood me. What was your question? I gotta call you something else. That's gonna confuse me so bad one of these days. I don't think I'll be able to come out of it. So I'm just gonna call you You Miss. You Miss. That's what you're gonna be called. So You Miss. What was your question? As we get these cards shuffled up, and anyone having any exciting weekend plans, like going on a cruise or avenging a friend, maybe going after the mob that took them from you, the mafia kind of a deal. Is anyone going on a vendetta cruise, like a quest for vengeance? Not that I would support that, but quietly I think I'd be okay with it. All right. Okay, so Petra, what's your question? We will go back to the people that I skip over. I just kind of want to get things going. So You Miss, Petra, or Culture? Hey, I speak my truth. I remember you. How are you doing? Oh. I know it's been a minute. Even I haven't seen myself. I closed my eyes these past 2 years. I opened them and I'm like, whoa, I got facial hair. Holy shit. But, that's how it goes. Oh, okay. So you're saying you're going in for surgery. All right. So I'm going to do Petra's first, and then we'll do Culture's. We'll do Culture's reading, okay? Let's do that. So Petra. Going in for surgery Friday the 14th, repairing a hernia. How will it go? 2 years. Ooh, God, I imagine that is a tender son of a gun. Okay, let's see what we can come up with here. How will that go? I might tune in more. Can I tune in more psychically to this one, Petra? I imagine it's been difficult. Yeah, hernias are tough. I haven't had one, but I would imagine it's difficult. Okay. Sometimes when I'm doing these medical ones, I can get more of an intuition. I'm not a doctor in any way, shape, or form, so anything that I say, please take it with a huge grain of salt. But sometimes I can get some insights, and I feel like one of my guides is a doctor, or was a doctor, but one of my guides is also a comedian and a philosopher. And if I get those two mixed up, well, let's pray that doesn't happen. Okay, let's see. So sometimes when I'm doing this, well, I'll show you guys kind of the process here. So I can take my iPad and I open it up, and I use this as means for me to kind of get into my subconscious. So when we're doing readings for another person, okay, we're trying to tap into that person's vibration. We're trying to tap into that kind of what makes that person unique. So their spiritual DNA, so to speak. So in this case, I can put you on the list here, April. So I can put I speak my truth in April on the list. So let me do that. I speak and April. Okay, you're on the list. It's going to be a little bit of a wait, but you are on the list. Okay. All right, so let me see what we can come up with here. So generally, like I said, you're connecting with a person. All I'm doing is I'm allowing myself to kind of go into a little bit more of a subconscious state, and that's going to make it easier for me to sort of tune into the other person. So you can almost imagine it like I'm looking. Do I write my question or wait till my turn to say it? Wait till your turn, just in case the chat's moving a little too quickly, and then that way, like have it copy and pasted somewhere, and then you can just kind of post it when it's your turn. That way things move a little quicker and it's easier for me. Thank you. I appreciate it, April. Okay, so let's see what we can come up with. And I'm a little rusty, so if I'm not getting the most accurate information, that's how it goes. Okay, first thing I saw was there was like a popcorn that I saw. Was this something that happened suddenly? Like it wasn't there and then it was, and it's been 2 years? Or how did this hernia happen? Most of them happen suddenly, right? Or are some of them gradual? There's a lot of things I don't know about hernias. You guys will see that right here. But if I see popcorn, to me, it's kind of like there's a sudden shift in something. Yes, after another surgery. Okay, so there was okay. After another surgery. Okay, so you had the surgery. There's tenderness on a certain part of the body. Were you putting pressure on one side versus the other, and that caused something to be herniated? Okay. Was there a way you were sitting or positioning yourself you feel like that caused the hernia in the first place? Because my brother has one, and I've been telling him to do surgery. Yes, you should do these hernias. I just it's scary. I understand it's scary, but I think they're pretty minor surgeries as far as surgeries go, right? Because all they're doing is I actually don't know what they do. I'm very squeamish when it comes to surgical stuff, but I've been through surgeries myself. It's been a very long time ago. I moved too much after my other surgery. Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. Hey there, Lisa. So I was seeing it kind of like a twist, putting pressure on something like a twist, or like a. Okay, 1 second here. And has it been progressively getting worse, Petra? Do you feel like? Okay. Did this happen in September 2 years ago? Or when did this happen? I heard the word Virgo. And I'm thinking for some reason getting larger. Okay, that would make sense. Did it happen in September or, let's see, Virgo is September and August, right? No, yes. Okay, yeah, so it wasn't September, August, March. Okay, yeah, let me add you to the list, Victoria. And so I'll put Lisa on the list and then Victoria. Okay. You're welcome. Okay, so this is something, as I'm feeling into this energy, the one thing I'm getting, which is really strange, is, so it's pain, but does it ever make you feel dizzy? Is there any kind of dizziness associated with it, or is there any kind of, not necessarily passing out, but it does feel like I get lightheaded, or it feels like as I'm focusing on this, there's just a tremendous amount of like, I don't know if it's like pressure but definitely it's feeling like you needed to do this a while ago. I feel like it's going to be okay though. I'm not feeling like it's going to be anything bad, but it's going to be tender. It's going to be the only thing. Nausea and pressure, heavy stomach. Okay. So nausea, that's probably what I was feeling with the dizziness. That would make sense. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit more here, and then we're going to go on. So just give me 1 second. And do you put, yes, Anita, I can add you to the list. And I'll do this right now because we're getting so many people. I'm going to do this just so we can have it. Remember to like the video, you guys, if you wouldn't mind. So, Anita, you're the last person on the list. Like number 7. Thank you. I appreciate it. So the free list is closed for now, but you're the last person on the list. Just because I don't want to get a huge backlog of people waiting. Okay, so you're welcome. Have you been putting on, Petra, have you been doing like a warm compress or having a hot water bottle or anything like that to put onto it? And is there anything, does ice help? I'm just curious if there's something you can do before the surgery. Okay. I don't know with hernias what would help in that instance. Probably any kind of pressure would hurt, and then releasing the pressure that you already put on would also hurt. I don't think there's going to be any complications, though. I think it's going to be a bit of a recovery process. I don't think it's going to be bad, though. It's just going to take some time for you to get to be feeling normal again. So I don't think it's going to be a bad thing, though. But let's draw one card here. Let's see what we can get. Okay. Hey, you know what? That'll be good. You get that done, your stomach stay big. Let's see here. Hey, Bria, how you doing? Hopefully I said the name right. I always say it slightly differently each time. So for right now, the free list is closed just because we're getting a bunch of people jumping on. But once I start reading people and start getting a flow going, because some people will miss their turn. All right. Then we'll do that. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Okay. You wear something around your waist for 2 years. Hopefully that doesn't aggravate the condition. One of the things I get these 2 cards here. Oh, there we go. It's appreciation in reverse and woman holding a coin. Okay, so this is what it would look like upright. Oh, that card needs to be, okay, and I flipped that one upside down. Anyway, so there's the appreciation card. Okay, and the woman holding a coin. And that's not focusing. Come on, focus. Okay, I don't know if it's the colors or whatever. That doesn't want to focus. I'm going to say when this happens, in kind of the best way possible, let everything kind of hang out. I do think you're going to get better. I do think the swelling, all of that stuff's going to go down. It's going to take some time, though, and you can't rush the healing process. I don't think your stomach's going to stay big, but I also know it's going to take a little bit of time and patience. And just all in all, this part here, the card that says appreciation, it's going to be appreciating the way you feel after. You're going to feel a little sore. You're going to feel tired, all of that stuff. But I think after it's all said and done, it's going to set a new course for your life, and that's going to be a good thing. This is something you needed to get done a while ago. So having it done, literally, I think is going to take a lot of pressure off of you, like in an actual literal way in this sense, because the hernia is going to be gone. But this will be great. This will be great for you to get this done. But like I said, give it time, and don't put a time limit on, I should be doing this by this date, I should be feeling better by this date. Let your body go through what it needs to go through, okay? Because the hernia after the hysterectomy, that's a big surgery, okay? And so you just need to take the time to appreciate and respect your body and the healing process that it's going to be going through, and just be grateful. Just be grateful to get this done and to be able to get this done in the first place. So that's what I'm seeing. So I think all in all, it's a good situation. You will be sore. Yes, it will take some time to heal, but I do think things will get markedly better after that. So hopefully that helps, Petra. And hopefully, let's see, so that's next Friday. So that's a week from now. So hopefully you get that done. There's a sense of relief, and you can go from there. Okay. I understand being nervous. I get it. When I was younger, I had lots of surgeries I had to go through. And so I understand. I'm still weird with surgical stuff. I can't watch surgical shows. Very tough for me to watch. Okay, and culture. What was your question? Again, I know you posted it a second ago. What was it again? What am I being guided to meditate on? Okay, what are you being guided to meditate on? Let's look at that. Okay. Hey there, Kai. How you doing? Hey there, Eve. So just for right now, it's going to be a minute on the list. I'm doing the readings right now. I'm not adding anyone just yet, but as I go through the list, it'll clear up. So if you guys stay on here, it'll clear up. And then that way, you're very welcome, Petra. That way I'm not getting overwhelmed with too many readings at the same time. But just stay with me, guys, and I'll go through the list, and then whoever's not here, I'll put them toward the bottom, and then I can add new people as time goes on. So just stay with me. The free list is closed, but not closed. I'm not getting ready to leave. It's just on a temporary close for a second. And I'm doing good. Kai. Just been chilling, wheeling and dealing. Other words that rhyme with chilling. That's what I've been. Yep. Okay. Let's see here. What is culture being guided to meditate on? All right. Okay. Okay. So here's what we got. We have got. Nope. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. So we've got the Eight of Swords. Thank you, Kai. I appreciate that. I appreciate you love the energy. I love it when people are very kind and bring an uplifting energy themselves. Helps everything flow, right? You have the Eight of Swords, you have the Four of Coins in reverse, and you have the Lovers in reverse. Okay? This to me is self-doubt, putting ourselves in a place where we feel smaller than we actually are. This here is a card kind of a victimization. Like if you look at this card, the girl is putting her head down in front of these swords, right? She's putting her head down in front of the swords. She doesn't have to do that. There's nothing forcing her to put her head down there. But it can be a situation where maybe we feel like we're being forced to play small, possibly in a job or possibly in life. We have to sort of pretend to be someone else or pretend to do something else. And so I feel like what Spirit would want you to meditate on is a sense of, again, and we've talked about this a little bit, and the Spirit's going to kind of come back to the same issues again and again. Focusing on who we are, focusing on not necessarily identity, because identity isn't real. It's something the ego attaches itself to and says, here I am. But it's a way to understand ourselves and where we're coming from for us. Because we're humans, we categorize, we have things in our mind that are very difficult for us to understand. So we make categories. We make relationships between this, that, and the other. We make decisions based off of contrasting things that have happened in our life, right? We learn what we want through what we don't want. That's in anything in life, okay? We learn who we are by who we are not. Again, anything we are, we learn through contrast, duality, those kinds of constructs. That's how humans work. And it's the same thing in spiritual context too. All of it is dualistic. Anyway, the reason I'm bringing up duality as such a theme is because of this. We have the lovers in reverse. This, to me, we need to love ourselves. We need to love ourselves where we're at now. A lot of us think I'm going to be easier on myself once I get to a certain spot in life, once I've made this, once I've done that. And it's not something that we should be grateful for where we're at now, not where we could be in the future, not where we were in the past. Be grateful for where we're at now, and be grateful for the fact that we can keep changing and we can keep going. I said something last night and a few nights ago before that. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Okay? And that's going to be very important for you moving forward, is that you need to realize that self-love, self-appreciation can always start now. There's no reason to put it off. There's no reason to say, oh, well, when I get to this point, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be in a better place. No, you don't need to earn a certain amount of money to love yourself. You don't need to be a certain person to love yourself. None of that shit matters. Okay? It's about what you do with the time you have and how you treat yourself now. When you treat yourself better, the people around you get treated better too. So if it's hard for you to love yourself, it's going to be hard for you to love others in a way that's free from any sense of obligation. There's a lot of people that are good people, but they do deeds, they do kindnesses out of a sense of obligation, not necessarily because they want to do them. And those people can hold secret resentments in their hearts because they don't want to do the things that they're doing, but they feel like they have to. They feel obligated. And so it's up to us to find out where we are at in that way of living. Are we someone who lives through obligation to other people, or are we someone who does things because we want to do them? That's an important thing for us to look at. And there's nothing wrong with being like, okay, I felt obligated to do these things in my life, and then come around and understand how we can make it be something that's done in a more joyous way, or in a way that feels like it's us making the decision. Obligation feels like we're being forced to do it because there's societal expectations, like society is telling us to do this, that, or the other. But it isn't necessarily the case. Hey there, Vicky and Sin. I can add you guys here in a little bit. The free list is closed just for a second because we had a bunch of people come on. But yeah. So hopefully, does that make sense, culture? Hey, Cassandra. Leanne, I am doing great. I'm doing great. How are you? As we do this, as we're going, nice, she says yes. And then there is a picture of a Simpsons character raising the roof, or whatever it is that they're doing. I'm not really sure what that is. But there you go. Okay, perfect. As we go through some of these readings, I will try to get psychic information sometimes. Not all the time, but I'm trying to put myself out there more, trying to understand the psychic a little bit more. So we may do cards, we may do psychic stuff, and I may get some details wrong here and there. I'm still practicing on being a psychic, and it's been a minute since I've exercised these gifts, but we'll do cards if I'm not able to get something. For some of you, it's if I feel drawn to do psychic stuff, we'll do psychic stuff. And as I do that, you can imagine I'm like, I don't know, I'm doing something with my hands. You can imagine I'm doing something interesting with my hands because that's what I do. Okay, so Kai says, if I'm able to make a question, I don't know how it works. Sorry, you're good. Okay, so here's how it works. Ask me a question when it's your turn. Simple as that. That's the only rules here. Talk with each other. You can ask me questions as I'm doing readings for other people that aren't your question. Like, ask questions that other people in the chat can also benefit from. Or ask someone in the chat where they're from, or talk to people, Feel free. Oh, I've got many different beanies. You would be surprised. I am a man of many beanies. The cats are amazing. The cats are always good. They're amusing. They're amusing. They're everything you can think of for cats. They're doing well. We got Yoshi, we got Hazel, we got Trixie. All right. As the night goes on, I will show you the different cats, and I will guide you through their personalities, like some sort of weird cat person, if you will. Okay, so, nope, that's not moving. No, that's stuck. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta pull the rug. That sounds weird, but I mean in a way that's not that way. There we go. Okay. No, you don't have to ask a question. So here's what we can do. When it's your turn, if you don't have a question, you can do a reading for me instead, and that will be your punishment. No, here's what we can do. We can do generals, okay? We can do general readings. We can do you asking a question. We can do time frames up to about 3 months. Any longer than that, and it's harder for me to pinpoint a time frame because so many things can happen, right? And if you ask me, will I pass this test that I'm studying for? I cannot answer that because that is free will. Free will, baby, 100%. It's up to you. What if you're sick the day you take the test? You know what I mean? You're not going to do well on that test. You're going to bomb like some sort of person that bombs on tests, and it's going to be bad. All right? So don't get sick. That's the moral of the story. And if you don't have a question, there's no pressure for you to have a question. I'm not going to be like, it's your turn. Hurry. Go now. Or if I do that, you can tell me I'm being a meanie with a beanie, and you can tell me to stop, and I will more than likely stop. All right. Okay. So let's move on to the next one here. So we have Cherry Vlogs. You understand? Perfect. Okay, you do have a question. Perfect. Okay, so Kai, when it's your turn, we'll get you going there. I've got people on the list. So Cherry Vlogs. Okay. A small general reading. You got it. We can do a small general reading. Awesome. So I'm going to get everyone on the list, and then I'm going to go through and get everyone else that came in a little bit later. So bear with me, guys. You're very welcome. Awesome. Yes, I do that so that we don't get spammers in here. Hey there, Lokiro. How you doing, bud? Like the name, Lokiro Blue. You're very welcome, Kai. You're very welcome. Yes. Everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Chance, and you are always welcome in my pocket dimension. This isn't a real room. I'm not a real person, but I do have cats, and those cats are real. They are the realest thing about me. And one day you'll see them. I promise. Stay with me. How much do I charge for readings? So for these ones, these are free. All you got to do is be patient. If you want to do one-on-one readings, I do charge for those. And those are thousands and thousands of dollars. No, I'm just kidding. But it really depends on the kind of reading that we're talking about. If you're wanting to do one-on-one and you're wanting to do something and get a little bit more information, we can discuss it. But yeah. Been watching a bunch of tarot videos recently. I get it. I do that too. I go through these little things. I binge watch tarot videos like some sort of fiend. Some sort of someone who needs to get the fix of the tarot, you know, a little bit of that, little bit of good stuff. When the sun card comes up, whew, that gets me going. Okay, come on. Let's focus. All right. So what do we got for a general reading for Cherry Vlogs? All righty. Been in a few other live ones for some clarity on a situation I'm in. Good. Always good to get other people's insights and views on different situations. Okay, I've always said, if you guys are coming to me, don't just come to me. Like, talk to other people, talk about things, think about it. You know, there's always other information out there. I'm not the only source. Knight of Swords in reverse. Two of Coins in reverse. Jano is Jason. Ah, yes, Jason. Jano. Jason. I got you. I remember it, Jason, and I will promptly forget, not because I don't appreciate you as a person, but because my brain likes to do unbrainly things, and it brings about the forget. And when that happens, everything's gone. So, but nice to meet you, Jason, for probably the 50th time. How are you doing? I'm doing good, Chance. How are you? You got kind of a cold hand there, bud. I'm sorry, but you got to get that checked out. A little sweaty. So Knight of Swords in reverse, Two of Coins in reverse, and the Eight of Coins. So there's something going on here. There could be maybe getting over some sort of sickness, if I'm seeing these two, or it could be working towards studying something in your life. Those cards are not being focused on. But it also feels like we're missing a message, possibly from spirit, or we're feeling like things are moving too quickly. Hold on. Yeah, it's good to take breaks. It's good to take breaks. The deck is the Fountain Tarot. It's actually really hard to see because the writing is silver on the... Yeah, it's really... And the side of it doesn't show it, the text any better either. Yeah, the Fountain Tarot. You relate a lot to the study part. Okay, so that would be what I'm seeing there. There's the study, there's getting things together, and the study part, here's the interesting stuff. Eight of Coins. That's kind of the study card, getting your shit together, getting your poop in a group, so to speak. It's getting everything ready to go, but it could be forgetting the self in the process or losing sight of one thing to gain another, right? So that's what I'm seeing there. And the Knight of Swords in reverse is the mind kind of, we could be hopping everywhere. So we're kind of doing this, we're kind of doing that, we're kind of doing this. I understand studies are important and those need to come first, but we also need to look at self-care. We need to look at how we're treating ourselves during this period because there can be a risk of burnout. Even though studying is great and it helps us and it keeps us sharp, I know for a fact because I get in, some people call it studying. I call it obsessively obsessing because when I study, when I do something, I do it so hard and for so long. There's a pun there, but I'm a mature person that I start to get very lost in my train of thought. And it is very hard for me to focus on anything else other than the thing that I'm obsessed with. So if you can, try to take little breaks. That to me is going to be the best thing for you. Like do something that's fun, reward yourself for the little things that you accomplish. Focus on where you're at now versus where you've been. But all in all, don't put all of your worth and your effort and work into just one thing, okay? Because the studying, I know we need to do it, but sometimes studying more means we get less done because our brain gets overloaded. And we have to, just like you're working out a muscle at the gym or whatever. If I went into the gym and I said, you know what, today is bicep day, and all I did was arm curls for an ungodly amount of time, let's say 2 minutes. And then I said, you know what? That's it for me today. Let's make it not as funny. Let's say I went in and I wanted to work biceps and I was just doing bicep curls for 3 hours. If that was even possible for me to do in the first place for 3 hours nonstop, your muscles don't have the time to grow, right? Your muscles don't have the time to take a step back and grow. And if we study too much, we're not allowing the information to stay with us. We're kind of pushing a lot of things out. And we're just trying to focus on as much as we can, but we lose the detail. We can kind of get the general idea of something, but we're losing the finer details. So it's important to take a step back in that, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Good. All right, Cherry Lords. Perfect. Perfect. I get it. I understand the studying part. I used to not be a studier, but then one day I realized I'm getting older and I'm scared to die. And so then I started focusing on things that would help make me a better person. That sounds really depressing, but what I'm trying to say is help me. Anyway, hopefully that helps to answer that and you'll do good from there. Looking forward to getting a new deck. Mine is the Gypsy deck. I'm from Brazil, so I don't know. The translation to, oh boy, that's a word. Oh man, you're going to watch a white guy try to say a word that I'm sure can be pronounced beautifully, but for me, I will butcher the hell out of it. Barolo. Okay, Barolo. Oh, I really don't. Sagano. That's the part I think I got right. But it's almost like a tarot deck, but it's tearing down because of poor quality. Oh, you got to get that shit fixed out. Oh, thank you, Cherry. You're very sweet. I appreciate that. Okay. Jason the Jano man. How we doing? and what's going on, and what's your question, and how are you doing? How does my girlfriend talk about me with her family? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. All right, let's do this here. Let's do this. He who fears death cannot enjoy life. Not very well. No, if you're always scared to die, it's going to be hard for you to focus on anything else other than death. And I'll tell you right now, thinking about dying all the time is no way to live. And if you're dead, you know what I would say? I'd be like, thinking about living all the time is no way to die. That's what I would say to ghosts. There's no death we live on. I hear you. I hear you, Vicky. I got you. It's interesting. It's an interesting concept. Like I said, I walk by, when I go to the gym, I go 3 or 4 days a week now, and when I walk by the gym, on my walk, there's a cemetery that I walk through. And that is my way of looking at things and being like, I will die one day. And I don't mean that as a grim thing, because to me, that doesn't make me feel sad. It makes me feel like grateful for being alive in the here and now, because I won't always have it. And we should be feeling amazing to feel alive, to be in the moment, to be here where we're at. You know, it's a blessing. All right. Pronounce it, okay. You pronounce it like Leo Sagano. And I'm probably still saying it wrong. You can give me the spark notes and I will say it wrong. Leo Sagano. Oh, I said it right. Hell yeah. Okay. Whew. I don't want to get bad. Sometimes it happens. I went to Ireland and it was amazing. I got to stay in a mansion that was built in the 1700s. I almost flashed a group of people on accident. And the way it would have happened would have looked like I was proud to do it too. It was a whole situation. I got myself tipsy and tried to fight a monk. And it was an experience. And I almost cuddled with a scientist, a male scientist. We had to share a bed, and it was awkward. I'll tell you, though, it was something I'll never forget, and also something I'd like to forget in some areas. And anyway, I'm sorry, Bria. It probably will be next time. I am sorry, though. We just had a lot of people come on. This is the most we've had in a minute, so yeah. But hopefully the next time you're on here, I'm going to be on tomorrow, 7:15 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's when I come on here. So you would be just fine, April, if you went to the store and came back. So go to the store, come back. Oh, that's smart. Hold on one second. I gotta grieve the loss of my knee. Oh. All right. So Jason said, let's see. What did you say? How does your girlfriend talk about you with her family? Ouch. Yeah, Vicky, you got a point there. That kind of stings a little bit. Okay. So we have the King of Cups. That's a really good card to get at first. I like that card. I'll try and hurry, Lopiro. I will try and hurry, but know that I'm on tomorrow too. If for some reason you can't get it tonight. 10 of Swords. So King of Cups, Ace of Wands, 10 of Swords. All of these cards are in the upright posizione. All right, that is how I say position. If you have a problem with it, you can't see where the door is in here, but it's right over there. And you can leave. But stay here, please. Please. So King of Cups is emotional stability. Hey, I'm still here. I can join you next time. Okay. What does the list look like right now? So I've got about 6 more people from here, and then I've got new people that I'm going to be adding, and I'm just going to call you guys kind of willy-nilly because I closed the list for a minute. Normally I have a moderator. Sometimes she's here, sometimes she's not. I don't expect her to be here every day, but so I feel like this person is talking to you, or this person talks about you to their family in a very good way. There's emotional security. The Ace of Wands is really good. to me, I feel like they're building you up. I do feel like there's a good connection here. The one thing, though, is 10 of Swords. So, no, Victoria, you didn't miss your turn. You did not miss your turn. 10 of Swords makes me wonder if this person's been through things in the past, and maybe it's harder for them to... Hey there, Shirley. Maybe it's harder for them, or maybe some family members bring up past things that have happened, or maybe it's harder for them to focus on things right now. The 10 of Swords is like mental anguish in a way, and so it makes me think that there just could be anxiety with this person, and maybe certain members of the family, they don't talk about things just yet because they're still kind of feeling things out. Even though I feel like it's a good connection, they're still trying to understand things. And to me, I feel like if you introduce someone to the family, past endings perhaps, yeah. Hey there, Miranda. Popping in to say hi. How you doing? How you doing? But yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing there. I think it's going to be good. I do think there's some rough past endings, but it seems to me like you're handling the situation well. It feels like it's a mature connection. Yeah, so I think it's good. I think they speak about you highly and positively. And we're getting more likes, guys. Give me all the likes right now. Focus on giving me a big thumbs up. Reach it through the screen and tell me you love me. Damn it, I need it. There's a thumbs up. Hell yeah. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing it, everybody. Okay, all right. Let's focus on the next one here. So UDI, are you there? Ooh, there's another thumbs up. Perfect. This is my first time coming into contact with you, and I appreciate your energy. Well, thank you. Welcome home, beloved. That's very sweet. I appreciate that. Awesome. What was your question? What was your question? Will I be able to get a high-paying job later and good internship soon? Let's take a gander and see what we can come up with here. May I please be added to the list, or is the list too long? The list is a little long. I'm gonna be getting some people off the list, and then once I get done with whoever's on the list right now, then I'm just gonna kind of go back through the chat and see who came in here and in what order, and then I'll go through that. Some of you guys won't be here, so when I call names and the person isn't here, then that just moves us through the list a little bit quicker. All right. Yes, you can get on the list if I have a spot open, Shirley, of course. You would say, Shirley, I can't be serious, but I am, Shirley. And don't call me Captain. I'm pretty sure I said that backwards, but that's okay. It's from, what I think it's from Naked Gun. Good movies, funny, good humor. Okay. Jumping on and riding one of your horses, we'll check back in. Okay. Okay, that's good. I am riding one of my horses now, too. It is a very small horse, and it doesn't move a lot. But when it does move, it's very fast. Okay, you've asked the same question. Good. I'm glad you can wait. I know it's a little bit of a wait, but I promise I'm worth it. 100%. 100%. I am worth waiting for, people. Okay. Never watched that movie. I will have to check it out. Naked Gun. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's got that weird humor that I really like, and it's got some good actors. Anyway, yeah, it's good. Okay, so let me go back up here. Hold on. Yudi was saying, will I be able to get a high-paying job later and good internship soon? Okay. So we get the Tower card. All right. Then we get the Eight of Cups. Then we get the Seven of Coins in reverse. All right. So I think it's going to be a minute. Okay. It feels like we're wanting things to happen quickly, and it feels like it's going to be a minute. Now this isn't me wanting to, and I don't know, Yudi. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, but either way, I don't mean to crush your balls here, one way or another. But it's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute. I would want things to be quicker, because why would I want to tell you it's not going to happen the way you want it to? But the Tower card is telling me we got to wait. We got to wait. things are still transitioning. It feels like there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of energy here. And so it's going to be a second. The Eight of Cups is telling me that let's focus on what we have now and try to make the best of what we have now. I know we're looking towards greener pastures, and I want you to have that. Okay, I have no reason to be against you because I'm not. I want people to be happy. I want people to get what they want to get, right? But sometimes life has other ideas, and the only reason I'm saying it could be a slower process on all this stuff is because of this. This is the 7 of Gordon Ramsay's in reverse, okay? And I say that because, look, to me, that's Gordon Ramsay. That's, he's making his little chefy salads. He's doing his stuff. But when it's in reverse, he's having a hard time and he's yelling at the staff, all right? That's what I'm seeing here. If I see that and it's in reverse, that to me is saying that it's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute. I do want things to happen for you in a good way. I do feel like when things do start transitioning for you, I feel like it's going to be quick. But I feel like right now it's just you're kind of in a wait and see sort of energy. And what you can do is just focus on what you already have, be grateful for what you already have, and then focus on that. Hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully, you know what? Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully you come back on here and you say, listen to me, you stupid son of a bitch. You were wrong. And then you get everything you want out of life. I would be happy to be wrong if that was the situation. I'm just saying what the cards are saying now with the energy. That's what I'm seeing. So, and by the way, don't call me a son of a bitch. That hurts. That does. I feel that in my heart chiller area. My profile pic was taken at a Renaissance fest in my outfit. My profile pic was taken in front of a camera. And that's usually all of my profile pics are taken with a camera. But sometimes I like to mix things up. Sometimes it's a microwave. I know, Vicky. I know. I'm just kind of crazy here. All right, Miss J, I'll let you know. I'll let you know here if we get something going. Okay, I speak. It would be harder to be taken behind it. You would be surprised. I have been taken by behind many times. I'm just kidding. Ah, God. This channel is turning into just something horrible. All right, so I speak. What's your question? What music do I listen to? Have you taken photos with the potato? Not on purpose, but a few times on accident, I have taken some potato photos. I was the original Mr. Potato Head. You don't want to see what's under the beanie. Okay. What does Spirit want me to know? Okay, let's look at that. I like this. What kind of music do I listen to? So I have got some interesting song choices. One of the songs I really like is, let me see. So the other day, it was The Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round. And then they played the remix, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Oh, crazy. I'm telling you, the rendition, no, let me show you, or let me tell you. So I like Throne, Bring Me the Horizon. I really like that. Hey, Anita, you're coming up here in it's going to be a minute. Throne, Bring Me the Horizon. I like that. Aurora. I like that. Psychic Comedian. You know what? Let's roll with it. Also, no, that first, Psychic Comedian. We'll do that. I read that at first and I thought you said Psychic Condom, and I was thinking, you know what? It's the beanie. But we'll go with Comedian because that does sound a little bit better and would look good on a job resume. So I think we'll do that. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is a banger. I agree. Okay. So let's do this here. Yeah, so Throne, Bring Me the Horizon. Aurora, almost all of her songs. I like her stuff. Tycho is really good. Yes, Imagine Dragons is awesome. Let's see. I like Harry Styles' Golden. I've been jamming to that. Let's see. Some stuff with Kygo is good. I like one song is After Dark. Okay, this sounds I hate the title because it sounds stupid, right? The name of the person. But it's After Dark by Mr. Kitty. Okay. And I know that sounds like I should be in a special room somewhere, but I do like that. Okay. I love underground bands like Singapore Sling and Black Rebel Motorcycle. I haven't heard of them. Psychic Comedian is a good handle. I will take a good handle over love handles any day. I'm still trying to get rid of mine. And I'm telling you, the oblique exercises, that's what I'm doing. And I'll get there one day. One day they won't call me the Muffin Top Man. They'll just call me the Muffin Man. Nope. I found out the lady that, not right now, Anita. I'll let you know when it's your turn to post your question. It's still going to be a bit. So I Speak is asking what Spirit wants them to know. Let's see. I just saw Justin Timberlake in concert and taking her to see Katy Perry in May. Ooh. Nothing wrong with love handles. No, but I don't love mine. You know what I mean? If they were love handles and I loved them, that'd be great. But they're love handles and they're secretly turning into like hate holders. I don't want to have them on my body. You understand? I love my body. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I want to get down to my birth weight, and it's going to be hard for me to do that with these damn love handles. I can't fit through anything. Okay. What do we got for I Speak? All right. Page of Swords in reverse. Seven of Swords in reverse. Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay. So, Page of Swords in reverse. Nope. Focus. Page of Swords in reverse. Hey there, Marwa. Marwa. Mira. Okay. You're new here. Welcome to the channel. My name is Chance. It is your pleasure, I'm sure. But welcome. I have 3 cats. Each one of them is more mystical than the last. 2 are girls, 1 is a boy. Guess the gender, win a prize. Okay. I don't do that for everyone. That's just for her. Or for them. So Page of Swords, like I said, Page of Swords in reverse. This is going to be something about communication not being clear, maybe having a hard time understanding communication in a way that's more direct. So direct communication can be difficult for us, can be from spirit world. That's what I'm seeing there. You hope hold on. I think a boy. Okay, you're a boy. If my headphones die, Chance, could you type to me in the chat when my turn's on? My memory is awful, Lopiro. It's not because I'm a bad person. It's because I have a bad memory. What am I doing here again? Okay. I'll try and remember. I will try and remember. But if for whatever reason I don't get to you before anything happens, I'm live again tomorrow. And you can get me right at 7:15 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The chat will ping you. Okay, the chat will ping you. I like the sound of that. Being pinged by the chat is much better than pinging the chat, I guess. All of us will have a big ping party. Okay, 23-year-old girl want to get married but single. Okay, I got you. Okay, thank you for that, Marwa. So, no, April, you didn't miss. You're right after I Speak, who I'm reading now. So, okay, so Page of Swords in reverse. You too, Vicky. Okay, perfect. 7 of Swords in reverse. No, you didn't miss, Victoria. You're coming up here in just a bit, though. And Ace of Cups. Good night, Vicky. So, Page of Swords in reverse. Like I said, communication can feel a little bit foggy. 7 of Swords in reverse. Part of us, we're hiding our gifts. We're hiding our talents. There can be some sort of mental Discombobulation is a word I like to use because I never get to use it in normal conversation, so I'm going to use it here. We can feel a little bit discombobulated, a little bit off center. Thank you, Marwa. That's very sweet. Ace of Cups in reverse, though, we're learning to trust ourselves. We're learning to trust ourselves. We're learning what that means. But there's a part of us that is still feeling unsure. There's a part of us that is still feeling a sense of like it's hard for us to bear our souls completely to ourselves and to understand ourselves completely. So to me, it feels like I feel like there's a kindness, there's a type of serenity that you have and that you offer, but there's a part of you that doesn't necessarily believe in your own abilities and your capabilities. I'm relearning to trust myself. Okay. So when we're relearning to trust ourselves, it's very, very important that we do it in a place that is very gentle. And we have what's called constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is where we kind of give ourselves input in a gentle way on how to make ourselves better. Okay. It's not these vague statements that don't help anything. Like destructive criticism is someone saying something like you're stupid or you have a horrible personality or you're this or you're that. That doesn't help anybody. And it's not meant to build someone up, right? It's just meant to destroy. Constructive criticism is done when it's done in a loving and gentle way. And it's a way for us to understand ourselves, our capabilities, and how we can do better in the future. Not that we're not doing good now, but that we can always strive to do better. But we should celebrate who we are now so that we can continue to love who we are in the future. Okay? Best advice I can give you is always treat yourself like you are someone who is responsible for, no, let me rephrase that. Treat yourself like let's say you're 5 years old, okay? And I want you to imagine your adult self holding 5-year-old you's hand. And how would you treat that version of yourself? Okay? You would do so with kindness and with appreciation. You wouldn't try to push this child. You wouldn't try to make them uncomfortable. You would try to lead them through life in a way that would be comfortable and where they could say, okay, I'm safe. I can learn. I can grow. I can thrive. And so I kind of want you to do that. It's so easy to be there for other people, but it's very, very hard to be there for ourselves. And that same love and appreciation that you would want to give to other people, you have to give to yourself first, because you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to be kind to yourself first. You have to be there for yourself first, so that when you're helping other people, you do so in such a way that they can sense that authenticity. If you aren't doing this, you cannot be authentic. You cannot be authentic to yourself. So easy to be loving to others, but not myself. Makes sense. Yes. And so if we're talking about that, you have to focus on the gentleness that comes with self-love, with self-appreciation, and being kind. Because it just doesn't work any other way. Imagine if someone came to you and they needed help. How would you make them feel? You would say, oh, we'll work on this. We'll focus on this. I'll make you feel safe. I'll do this. I'll do that. Okay, but when it comes to you, you're so harsh. You're so critical, right? There's Jean. How you doing? Then my kindness can come off as people-pleasy. Yes. And that's another thing, is that a lot of us in the spiritual world, right? Let's say women, just as a broad example, because, and I'm painting with broad strokes here, but hear me out. Women have been raised to be people pleasers, and they have been told that boundaries are something that hurt other people. And that is not the case. Boundaries are something that help women. Okay, boundaries are something that are helpful, necessary, and have to be put in place for us to feel that way. But we have generally people-pleasing and perfectionism go hand in hand, especially for women, because they are told to be seen and not heard. Okay, and that's where the people-pleasing comes from. That's where they'll do anything to make someone else feel comfortable except for themselves. They're fine. They will bleed out for anyone that slightly looks in their direction and asks for help, because they feel like that's being a good person. It's not. It's being a pushover, and it's okay to say no to people. It's okay to say no. Okay. But that's something that's really important for us to focus on. And then the perfectionism comes in. And when perfectionism comes in, we no longer can be ourselves in any way whatsoever. And we can no longer grow as a person. Because if we're talking about perfectionistic tendencies, it is really hard to be a perfectionist in this world that we're in today, because anything that we try that's new, we will fail at. And when we fail at new things, we think, why even try? Why even bother? Perfectionism is the thief of creativity. It takes out everything. Going to sleep now. Sad I couldn't get my reading. Wishing cool full. Everyone, thanks and bye. Kai, I'll be on tomorrow. And I'm sorry I couldn't get you your reading either. I'm trying here. But thank you for being so kind and positive. And hopefully I see you tomorrow. And sleep well. But it's okay. It is okay for us to allow ourselves to be our main priority. It's not being selfish. That's literally just living. Okay. In those instances, it's always important for you to take care of yourself first. You can take care of others later. It's okay to say no. And if someone says, why are you saying no? You can just say, because I don't want to do it. Okay. You don't need to bend over backwards and think of an excuse or a situation. But in those situations, if it feels like you have to make up a lie or excuse, then make up a lie or excuse. Okay. In those situations, to me, if you do not want to do it, do not do it. It's as simple as that. And if it feels like you have to lie or you have to do this or whatever, even if that feels uncomfortable, and I'm sorry if it does, then lie and do what you feel is comfortable in that moment. Because you have to take care of you first. And it's okay in those instances to bend the truth, in my opinion. What do you recommend for practicing self-kindness? So self-kindness is simple. You work on basically no headphones. So, okay, you can't hear what I'm saying anyway. Okay. So self-kindness, the one thing I'll say that helps me more than anything is learning to look at challenges and things that come up in your life as being something that is meant to be there to help you in life. Instead of thinking, oh, I'm so stupid, this is happening because I didn't prepare for it, or this is happening because whatever. Look at challenges as opportunities to grow as a person and learn how to not speak to yourself in such a critical tone, because that critical voice doesn't help us. Okay, tough love is soft hate. It does not do anything for us. It does not help us. It does not make us a better person. And it sure as hell doesn't make us feel better. Okay, get rid of what doesn't work for you. Focus on fostering a sense of love and compassion for yourself more than anything else in your life, because that's going to be something that you're the only you that you've got. Okay, and you need to take care of that, and you need to focus on that. But that's kind of what I'm seeing there. So does that help to answer your question? And then April, you are up after I speak. So right now it's April after I speak. It's April, Lisa, Victoria, and then Anita. And then after that, it's kind of whoever is in the chat and who's being active. So where is April? I did. Thank you for the clarifying kind advice. I'm going to put it into practice. Perfect. I love that. Okay. How is Yarrow feeling towards me? Both female. Okay. I got you, April. All right. Let's do this here. Okay. Still here, Victoria. Okay. You are up after Lisa, who is up after April. I'm reading April right now. Okay. All right, Marwa, I got you. Okay. There we go, Jean. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Jean's the moderator, guys. She does a great job. Fair enough. That does make sense. We've actually got quite a bit of a list tonight. So I do this for 2 hours each night. That's what I want to keep it to. So I'm going to see what we can do here. Hey there, Kelsey. How's it going? Okay. I'm doing good, Kelsey. I am doing great. I'm doing great, and I like being called Bud. That makes me feel good. Makes me feel like a bud. I like it. What about you? Your internet is bad. What about you? You'll still be on the list. I haven't called you yet, Marwa, because we've got a lot of people to read here. So, yeah. I got a new cat, by the way. She's a calico tabby. Oh, I love that. I love cats, and calico tabbies are so cute. And generally, calicos are girls. Just something for you guys to know. Okay, so let's see. April said, "How is Yarrow feeling towards you? Both of you are female." Okay, so 8 of Wands in reverse. I don't feel like there's anything that's happening in the situation. Yeah, Mar, I don't know. You keep saying, "What about me?" I'm not sure what you mean by "what about you." I'll try and put you on the list, but I'm still doing the rest of these readings that I have. They're kind of backed up because I closed the list for a second, and then I'm going to open it again. Well, now that we have Jean here and I'm moving through the list, we're opening it again. I would say, yeah, you know what? Add them to the list. Add them to the list, Jean, and then there was a few people. Lokiro Blue should be added to the list as well. Welcome Home Beloved can be added to the list. Some people went to sleep or they're not here anymore. They left. Okay, we got her on the list already. Sorry guys, I'm just going back up and looking through the list here. Okay, all right. Okay, and then Cassandra too. Okay, yep, that works. Yeah, Petra got hers done already. Awesome. Okay, let's do this then. So for Yarrow and you, we had the 8 of Wands in reverse. We have the King of Coins. That focuses. Okay. So it feels like there's a lack of contact. King of Coins, the Fool. These, though, could show that there could be things happening here. Let me know when I'm up so I can get my headphones off the charger. Okay. So King of Coins, the Fool. To me, but if you're tired, then no, it's okay. I'll be all right. I'm going to try to move through these a little bit quicker. So I'm going to say things can start to work. There could be possible communication. I still feel like it's going to take some time, April, though, if I'm looking at these cards. 8 of Wands in reverse, King of Coins, the Fool. Something I feel like wants to happen, but it's just taking its time. So I'd say just keep giving it its time. Like I said, the only reason I'm saying that, 8 of Wands in reverse, slow card. That's kind of what I'm seeing there. It just means slow to receive a message, slow to receive anything, because 8 of Wands upright is fast-moving energy. You know, blink and you miss it kind of energy. But if it's in reverse, things are kind of clogged up in the factory, so to speak. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Hopefully, Marwa, you're not trying to rush the readings, because I get it. People can't be patient for very long. But if you're patient, you get a reading. If you're not, then you don't get a reading. Simple as that. I understand it can be late, but not my problem. You will find that I don't give a rat's ass if it's late for you because you're on here watching. But that's just me. All right. Okay, yeah, so we'll do... There's Lisa. Perfect. Okay. Just looking for general and insight or guidance, please. Okay, let's see what we can do here. All right. That too, free. That is very true. Free readings aren't guaranteed. It's if I can get to you guys in the 2-hour timeline, which I think I might be able to do. Yes. And I think Jean, I'm pretty sure you can do that. I don't have to do that. Pretty sure you can do that. But you don't need to do anything now. I can't remember what roles the mods have exactly. But I think that's something you can do. Okay, anyway. Maybe they were just saying what time it was as a topic of conversation, and maybe I'm just being a bit of a hard ass because I can tend to do that sometimes. Okay. So general, let me go back here. Just looking for a general and insight or guidance, please. Let's see what we can come up with here. Okay. So we have 3 of coins. We have 7 of swords in reverse. Thank you, Marwa. I appreciate that. And then we have the devil card here. Okay. Devil doesn't mean anything bad. It's just a card. It's like any other card, right? There can be good and bad facets to it. The devil card can be a Capricorn kind of individual. 3 of coins, or someone who has Capricorn tendencies. It could also be someone who has very like extreme ways of thinking, extreme ways of doing things. That's kind of something I'm thinking is kind of going on there. Okay, and then Miss J. Yeah, if you could add Miss J to the list too, if you wouldn't mind, Jean. So 3 of coins, working together. That to me is something that is, there could be something where you're working together. There could be a group activity or a group project going on, and it could be something that's more tricky. Okay, in Algeria it's 4:40 a.m. All right. So that was a misunderstanding on my part. Yes, Algeria, it is late. Okay. This one, though, this card here, this is the 7 of swords in reverse, Lisa. And that to me is saying there could be something where we're kind of making ourselves feel out of place, or we're making ourselves feel a sense of like we're missing out in something. And maybe it's even you that's kind of blocking off this kind of energy, right? I feel like there's a sense of when things are good, it's hard for us to believe that things are going well. Necessarily, like, not that things aren't going well, but it's hard for us to feel like not anticipating things going bad eventually at some point, right? And so if that's the kind of situation, it's okay to just be in the moment, let things be how they are, and focus on that being kind of the norm. Because it looks to me like everything's going well, but there's a part of you that's thinking, and you're planning, and you're preparing for if things start to go wrong. But focus on the present moment. Focus on what is in front of you. And if something bad does happen, you deal with it when it happens. But until then, you're just wasting energy focusing on things that probably won't happen. I can get anxious. Okay. I can get all of those overwhelming thoughts and everything just like anyone else. But I try to focus on where I'm at in the present moment. And generally speaking, I'll say this right now, I am horrible, 100% awful at predicting what's going to happen next. And I'm a psychic, okay? In my own life, I'm awful at predicting what's going to happen next, because if I let my anxiety, hey there, Lena, how you doing? If I let my anxiety take over, then nothing happens. Nothing good comes from that. And generally speaking, everything that I'm anxious about usually doesn't happen. Or something will go wrong, and it's in a way I couldn't even possibly anticipate. So my field, or my thought in this whole thing, is just let things happen. And if something happens that's unexpected, deal with it. Allow yourself to be adaptable. Don't focus too much on having things be rigid in one way or another. Let things kind of flow and come to you the way that they need to. Sometimes we want things to happen a certain way, and most of the times it doesn't. And that's okay. And that kind of sucks. But that's also okay, because it's how we deal with things. And as I've said a few times, it gets blurry with being anxious. It does. Everything kind of blurs together and turns into what I would call the wonder ball of an anxious life. And nothing happens good inside of the wonder ball, even though that's what it's called, because it's the wonder ball of anxiety. All right. What wondrous ways can I think of fucked up things, and our mind goes into so many scenarios. And what if there was an apocalypse? What if this happened? What if that happened? And it's like, most of the time, nothing's going to happen. Or something's going to happen in such a weird way that you're like, man, I couldn't have anticipated that, even if I was anxious for 3 years over this exact topic. Okay, so focus on letting the good happen. And whatever happens that's negative, you will deal with it if it happens. But just focus on letting good things come. I channel 2 and overthinking just puts me in a roller coaster, especially if I ask the question multiple times in a day while I'm stressed out about. Right. Yeah, so it can be that. You're welcome, Lisa. You're welcome. Okay, so we've got Victoria Lullaby. What is your question? The mind has a great imagination for disaster. Doesn't it though? Doesn't it though? It's fascinating in its absurdity. And it's crazy little place. And remember, guys, if you wouldn't mind liking the video, I would appreciate it. We're doing good. I mean, we're kicking its ass on viewers and thumbs up so far. So I'm liking this. We got ourselves a good group. This has been awesome. Oh, awesome. We had another like. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so Victoria says, what does Spirit have to tell me? Let's take a gander at that and let's see what we can come up with here. All right. And remember, guys, I am available for bar mitzvahs. I'm proud of you, Chance. I liked the video. Thank you, Lena. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. You are getting popular. Oh, I don't know about that, but thank you, Petra. I appreciate that too. I do like seeing a lot of viewers. It feels like I got a big family here. I love it. Everyone's being so nice and kind in the community, and I just really appreciate it. And you guys are what's making that possible. So thank you. I appreciate that very much. Okay. What does Spirit have to tell Victoria? Let's look. All right, so we have Page of Cups. Oh, let's get that focused. Page of Cups. Knight of Wands in reverse. And Page of Coins also in reverse. So there's two pages here, okay? And we aren't talking about a book. We're talking about being the signifiers, the kind of the youngest signifiers in the deck. And I'll explain that. So these, the pages, so it goes page, knight, queen, king, the way the tarot works as signifiers. When I see, and literally all of this is signifier cards. So this is interesting right here. So what does Spirit want you to know? First off, I'm going to say it wants you to incorporate everything as much as you can. I'll be away from keyboard for a few. That's good. Chance is my good friend, and I can tell you all from knowing him that he is a sweet and kind. Oh, thank you, Lena. Thank you. That's very sweet. You didn't need to say that, but that's very sweet for you to say that. I appreciate that. Don't get me all emotional. You wouldn't like me when I'm emotional. I do this thing where water leaks from my eyes. I don't know why, but it's embarrassing. But thank you. That's very sweet. Okay, so yeah, Page of Cups. Okay. No, you won't miss much, Lokiro. But good luck on your store visit. So I would say just incorporate as much as you can from the different elements. So with water, go with the flow. That would be what Spirit is telling me here. It feels to me like you tend to take in a lot during the day, whether this is a lot of information or just kind of a lot of thoughts. There tends to be kind of a congestion that can be felt here. And it's hard for you to focus on just one thing and getting it done to the point to where you feel okay. Okay, and so what I'll say is this. If you're working on something, just get it done. Don't get it perfect. You can work on it after you get it done and make it even better, but focus on getting something done rather than getting it perfect or getting it absolutely right. Okay, because perfection doesn't exist. Okay, and it's an egocentric way of thinking to think we can do something perfectly because we can't. Okay, so focus more on allowing yourself to be in the moment and focus on that. The Knight of Wands in reverse, 3 sons and 1 on the way. Oh, okay. That's a lot. So 4 sons. So 3 sons and then another son on the way. That's a lot of boys. Damn. That's a busy person right there. So I can understand feeling distraction for sure. So Knight of Wands in reverse with the Page of Coins. Hey there, Sun Moon. Oh no, it's a girl. Okay, awesome. You just meant 1 on the way, meaning, oh, okay, we don't know. We don't know. You're wanting a daughter. I gotcha. I'm hoping it's a daughter too. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Kind of evens things out a little bit. Okay. So Page of Coins, Knight of Wands in reverse. Just take things as they're coming. Realize that you're doing really well in life. You're handling things well, even though at times it doesn't feel like it. If we feel like we're in a situation in life where things feel really unpredictable and it feels challenging, that probably means we're going in the right direction because we're learning new things. When we're feeling challenged and we're feeling pushed into a certain direction, it means we're learning and we're growing. And that's always a good thing. We always want to challenge ourselves in ways. And sometimes we challenge ourselves the most by just putting ourselves out there and just having that be something that we do. So don't sit there and focus on, am I doing this right or am I doing this wrong? Just allow yourself to be part of the process and let yourself do things as you go. And if you need to apologize or you need to say something or you need to do this or that, then do it as you go and as you learn. It's trial and error as we're learning and as we're growing. And that should be okay. That should always be okay because it gives us permission to just do things, to just experiment, to just be ourselves. And we don't know how to do it, right? Because we weren't born with a damn manual. And even if we were, none of us would read past the 3rd page. All right? Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. My 4-year-old talking ear off right now as you're reading. Can't catch a break sometimes. That's okay. You can go back and listen to this after it's posted too. We're about an hour and 31 minutes in. So hopefully that helps. But you're doing good. You're doing good. Just keep on going. All right, Anita, what was your question? Okay. All righty. Okay. Good. I'm glad. Hey there, Venetius. How you doing, buddy? I'm going to say right now, just because we're so backed up, no more free readings. I'm sorry, Venetius. It seems like I'm picking on you specifically, but we've got a list. So I want to make sure I don't spread myself too thin. And yeah, Marwa Mira, if you're still there, let's do this here. I'm doing good, Venetius. I am doing good. It's been a crazy night tonight. We've had tons and tons of people coming on, and I'm loving it. But yeah, so it's been good. We've had almost twice as many as usual. You're welcome, Marwa. So you're wanting a love reading. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. See what we can do here. All right. Okay, so love reading. So is it kind of like we're looking to see, right, you're wanting love reading. Okay. Are we looking to see is someone coming in or because it's a little general. So love reading, are you wanting me to see if I can see a particular sign? Or are you wanting, you know what I mean, Marwa? So what are you wondering about specifically with the love reading? All right. He has no love and wants some. Okay. I can see that one, Gene. I'm just curious how we're wanting to proceed here. Yes, you're here. Okay, we'll just do that. Will there be love coming in from Marwa? Let's look at that. Okay. All right, let's see what we can come up with here. Okay. So we have the 3 of Cups. We have the 8 of Swords. Oh, there we go. And then we have 10 of Coins in reverse. So what I see with these ones is Three of Cups is going to be, there could be something in the future. It could be a little bit. The only thing, so I'll explain these other two cards too. So Eight of Swords could be possibly getting in our own way. So we could want a connection, but there could be things blocking us from getting the connection that we're wanting. And so that could be something that is tricky for us to understand. And I'm seeing something here. Maybe there's a gathering or there's a party or there's something that's going on and you could possibly meet somebody. But for me, like, I want to get married, but right, you're wanting to get married, but maybe there's no one around that can fulfill that for you at this point in time. Or yeah, so I do feel there could be someone in the future. It does feel like it's going to be a while because it feels like there's possibly some blockages on your end or possibly on the other person's end. The Eight of Swords to me can be a card where we're kind of blocking ourselves or our energy. If we're wanting someone to come into our life, what can we do to make it so that that person could possibly feel welcome, or we could make room for that person? A lot of us want somebody, but we're not necessarily making room for them in our lives in one way or another. So that's something that you can look at. So look at, just because I have other people to read here, I'm just going to kind of go into this. Look at stuff that deals with like law of attraction when it comes to attracting a person in your life, right? Look at what that would mean. Because like I said, sometimes we're wanting someone in our life, but we're not doing necessarily anything to get someone in our life. Or we want someone, but we're not willing to change any aspect of our life to get to somebody. Like if we're just sitting around and we're waiting for someone to knock on our door and say they love us, I mean, I can do that, but you guys need to go out there and you need, no, I'm just kidding. We can't do that. We can't have that kind of convenience. Not yet. But we need to see what we can do to make things better for us, to make it so that we can attract people that could be of the vibration that we want. Vibration in this situation is just talking about people that would be attracted to us, people that would be kind of our people. What are we doing to bring in people, right? What are we doing to do that? Are we working on social skills? Are we working on being a better person? Are we working, like, what is it we can do to make it so that we can attract someone that would be attracted to us? That's kind of the situation that I'm talking about here. I do see there could be someone in the future, possibly meeting them at a gathering of some sort. But I do feel like it's going to take a while because you need to make space for this person in your life. Like I said, we can want something, but also we could not make room for it. It's like if I said, okay, I want a new car in my life, but I never clear out a room or space in my garage for that car to go into once I get it. I'm not really thinking of ways to get something and to keep it. I'm just kind of idolizing having it. But what does that mean? Am I willing to put in the work for a relationship? Am I willing to do this? And you need to really look at yourself and your situation and see what that means for you, right? And you're still very young. You said you were 23. So it could be a while before you find something, but that's not a bad thing, okay? There's no age where love is off limits, it sure as hell doesn't need to be now. Sometimes, especially if we're very young, we need to take the time to mature and to understand ourselves and to grow into someone that we can understand relationships and situations better. So don't view this as like a time where we have to have a partner, or we have to do this, or we have to get married, right? Okay. All right, because there's no time limit on this stuff. Society will tell you otherwise. Maybe friends are getting married, maybe other things are happening, but there is no wrong or right time for you, okay? Of course, we want things to happen quickly because it feels like life is progressing when we hit these big milestones, but life is always progressing, whether we're hitting these quote-unquote big milestones or not. Okay. So this one, if I skip over this one, right. So if I skip over Lokiro, yeah. I'll probably just go back to them again. They've been waiting for a very long time, and they've been fairly patient. So I'll go to Welcome Home, Beloved. And then, yeah, we'll just skip over Lokiro on this one. Because they've been waiting for like an hour and a half. Welcome home, beloved. Are you still here? Okay. Kelsey Wells, are you here? Okay, we'll do Kelsey Wells, Cassandra, or Miss J. Whoever comes in, you guys will be added in order here. Kelsey Wells, Cassandra, or Miss J. Okay, Miss J's here. Okay, so I'll read Miss J now, and then if Kelsey or Cassandra says something, then we'll do that. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. Miss J, what was your question? You're welcome, Marwa. Okay, and Cassandra's here. Okay, so I will read Miss J and then Cassandra. And then probably Locuro after that. Okay, Miss J says, I'm waiting on hearing back from a third round interview. Will I get the job offer? Thank you. Okay, perfect. Perfect, okay. Oh, there we go. Shuffle these cards up here and see what we can come up with. And let's do one more shuffle. Let's do one more shuffle. Will you get the job offer from the third round interview? Okay, so then we'll do Miss J, Cassandra, and then Welcome Home, Beloved. Okay. Okay. All right, 1 second here. Sorry, 1 sec. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm getting. I'm getting the Lovers in reverse. I'm getting the Three of Wands. I know, Yoshi. I'm getting the King of Swords in reverse. So if I'm looking at this, hopefully I'm wrong. It's not looking like you're going to get it, but hopefully I'm wrong. The only reason I'm saying that, the first card, Major Arcana, the Lovers, is in reverse, which to me is showing a disharmony here. So it could be that you get the job, but maybe it's later than you would think. That would be best case scenario. But the way I'm looking at it here is it's feeling like it's kind of a tense situation. The only reason I'm thinking it could be a delay instead of you just not getting it, because I'm hoping I'm wrong. I want you to get the job, obviously. Three of Wands being right here. To me, that's saying that there's work to be done. There's things that are happening behind the scenes. It's like something is pulling behind the scenes, having things come to you, but it could be at a slower rate than what you're used to. So how I see this is there could be a missed opportunity, and then there could be something else in the future, or it could be that it's going to be later that you get this job. It's not going to be as fast as you thought. It's not going to be in a time frame that you were thinking. Then we get the King of Swords in reverse, okay? King of Swords in reverse, to me, it's a missed communication of some sort, or a missed mental kind of link with someone. So, yeah, especially because I kept advancing to the next round quickly. I had 3 interviews in 1 week with them. Okay, so that to me, there's interest there. But the way I'm feeling like it could work is it's quick movement, and then it stops, and then it can be quick again. If King of Swords is in reverse, though, it's showing that there's a lack of, not commitment on your part, but it's like maybe these people are disorganized, or maybe there's something where they're just not as efficient as they could be with things. And so it could just take a little bit more time for things to kind of work through. But that's what I'm seeing, is it's like there's an efficiency thing going on here. It would be funny if they were hiring someone who would help with efficiency, like a manager of some sort, and then that would be you, but then they would be slow to hire because they're not efficient. But then when you get the job, you're quick, you know what I mean? But it feels to me like it's it's kind of, and maybe there's people that have different opinions that are butting heads on different things. So maybe there's another candidate. It could, to me, it feels like there's just kind of too many fingers in the pie, so to speak. Is that the right term? Too many potatoes in the pot. I don't know what the saying is. There's too many things in the stuff. But it feels to me like it could be a delay. I'm hoping you do get it. It's either you didn't get it or there's a delay for you getting it. But I am hoping you get it. So let's just hope and see. Too many cooks in the kitchen. There you go. That's what it is. Too many cooks in the pot. Too many kitchens in the pie. No, too many cooks in the kitchen. Yes, Gene. That's the phrase I was looking for. I knew it was food related. I just didn't know how it was food related. So, too many microwaves in the oven. Okay, so yes, Cassandra, post your question, and then we're going to do Welcome Home Beloved after that. And then we'll do Lokiro's question. Oh, let me put these cards up here. It's every night around this time. The cats are waiting to be fed. Okay, my working season is about to end soon. Should I search for a new job or just relax and wait for the next season to start? You don't know what to do. Well, without me even looking at the cards, I'm going to always say relax. But let's see. Do you need the money? Do you need the money, Cassandra, or are you okay for a little bit taking less? Is a part of you wanting to feel okay? Is a part of you wanting to just make yourself busy instead of relaxing because you don't know what to do with your free time? Because it may be good to take a vacation if that's something that you're looking at. If you have the option. So if you're literally saying to me, I don't know what to do. Should I work or should I do this? Should I work or should I go on vacation? I would honestly say go on vacation. You know, it sounds to me you're saying I don't know what to do. That means to me that money isn't necessarily an issue during that time, but maybe you don't know what to do with your free time if you had it. But maybe you feel like you need a break. So I would say possibly look into taking a break, right? Because it sounds to me like you got those two options laid out in front of you. You can kind of pick and choose, so to speak. So is what I'm saying correctamundo or not very good? Hopefully we can get okay. Because I don't want to be a few months without working until the next season because money, but also I'd like to explore other options. Okay. So let's see. Could you instead, because I don't feel like the cards are going to help too much with this. So, but I'm not sure if I should search for a new one now. Here's what I would do, Cassandra. If it's possible for you to do this, could you look for something that is part-time instead of like a full-time job between the seasons? Could you look for something that's like a part-time job between the seasons? And then that way you're working, but you're not working as much as you normally would be working, but then you're still getting paid. And then that way you have something lined up that you can do, and then you can explore other options because you're not working as much. Could you do something part-time? If you're feeling like you need to search for a new one now, hold the position you have and then search for a new job now. And then when it does come time to end one, you can just hop right into another if that feels like something you would be comfortable with. But if there's any part-time options or if there's anything where you can, maybe you work at another spot for a couple months and then you take the last month off, you could possibly do that. But I don't feel like it's necessarily, there's any hard rules with how to handle this kind of situation, right? It's kind of tricky. But I know, buddy, I know. I can't stop it. Come here. Let me itch your ear. Come here. Yeah, come here. Hold on, buddy. You're probably tip-tap typing away. I know. One second here. Mm-hmm. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Don't bite me. Don't bite. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's go to the next question here. But I would say, Cassandra, that's what we would do. Sorry, Anita. We called your name a while ago, and we're getting close to the end of the session here, so posted the question above. So next time, Anita, because I'm getting ready to head out here after I answer these last few questions. Okay. My question is focusing on my presence here through YouTube, a wise investment. Okay. My question is focusing on my presence here through YouTube a wise investment at this time? I felt drawn to work notable people and channel, but I don't know if that is how I will get there. Okay. So here's what I'll say. All right. Keep doing what you feel like you need to do. It's going to feel difficult at first. It's going to feel kind of like a strange sensation at first. It's going to feel like maybe you're wasting your time doing this, that, or the other. But there's so many ways we can do this. So I've talked with people before. If you're wanting to build a channel, you're wanting to work with people, you can absolutely 100% what was I going to say? So when I started out, I was doing YouTube videos. It took me a long time before I started to break through and get more views and get more people here. And I'm not even getting that much going on. You're welcome, Cassandra. You're very welcome. At this point in time, I'm grateful for what I have, but it took a long time to build up 600 and something videos. I think almost 700 videos. But it takes time to build it up. But what you can do instead is, focus still on building up a YouTube channel, but go onto Facebook, and there's tons of free groups on Facebook and people that you can talk to and reach out to, and you can help those kinds of people, and you can start to build a following through different groups on Facebook. And then if people like the work that you're doing and you're putting yourself out there, you can recommend your channel, and then they can check you out on there, and you can start to grow your channel quicker. And if there's another platform you use besides YouTube, you can use that to kind of funnel things in to make a bigger YouTube audience eventually. But there's lots of ways through social media that we can use to make it so that we can build our own following on here. But if you're just keep plunking it down on YouTube and you feel like you're not getting anything, look at ways that you can reach out to other possible communities that are like-minded, and look at ways that you can help out those people in a way to help build your channel. Does that make sense? Okay, Lukiro, you're going to be after, I think you're right after Welcome Home, who I'm reading now. No, you're good. You're after Welcome Home, who I'm reading now, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Yep, and then that'll be the end of the session. Nearly on 5 days a week. Yes, I am. I try to be. Your dad wouldn't shut up. I know, I could hear him. He's loud. Just kept going. But yeah, you're after, I'm reading Welcome Home. That makes a lot of sense. I joined a Facebook group and collaborated with a well-known tarot reader on YouTube, and that really helped. Yeah, so have that be a way that you can help other people in the community, and you can read other people, they can read you, you can better your craft. That's one way that you can kind of sharpen the psychic tool, is working through these kinds of groups, because other people are like-minded and you can work with people in a closer way, and you can understand how to grow your abilities from there. And then, just keep things going. But collaboration is a good way to do it. But also just being of service to others is a great way to kind of start out, get the ball rolling, so to speak. So hopefully that helps you. If it feels like you're not making any progress, just know that it's kind of a slow go when we start with YouTube, but eventually you do start making progress. You just got to keep trying, and don't burn yourself out. If you're not feeling it, I understand that stinks, but don't only do things when you feel inspired to do them. Do things even when you don't feel motivated or inspired. That's what dedication is. That's how we work through getting where we want to be in life, is by being dedicated. And that means showing up even if we aren't feeling inspired, even if we aren't feeling motivated, but still allowing ourselves to work through it. Does that make sense? Because that's kind of what we need to be shooting for here, right? Because I have a lot of days I don't feel inspired, I don't feel motivated, and holy shit, I still do what I need to do, because I'm wanting to show up for my future self. I'm wanting to say, you know what, I did as much as I could now. Consistency was a major thing I had to focus on. I agree 100%. Perfect. I don't accept any less than 100%, and you agreeing 100% that's good stuff. I like it. Okay. Yeah, Lokiro, post your question, my friend. And so far, you guys, this has been the most liked video and the most viewers we have had, I think, ever since I've started the channel. So this has been a great night, and I appreciate everyone coming on here. I'm going to do Lokiro's question, and then I'm going to call it good. I'm sorry, Gene, I'm not going to be able to do a question for you tonight. Hopefully that's okay. I'm trying to get out of here before 2 hours hit, because last time was almost 3 hours, the last live. So you're very welcome. You are very welcome. But tomorrow, Gene, what I'll let you do, if you don't mind, if you come on tomorrow, if you even want to do the moderating tomorrow, when you come on, you can just put yourself anywhere in the list. Yeah, you can just put yourself anywhere in the list, and I'll do a question for you, just as my way of saying thank you. Okay. Didn't want to add yourself because you had a lengthy list. It was very lengthy. I'm not used to that. I haven't been used to that in a while. Yeah, it's only going to get bigger and better. I just popped in to say hey and throw a like. Thank you so much, Aubrey. I appreciate that so much. And welcome back. I speak my truth. Yoshi, go, buddy. Go. I can't feed you right now, but. Go. All right. Lokiro says, current energy between me and my uncle during no contact. Okay. Have a good one, Aubrey. I agree 100%, Aubrey. Well, thank you so much for that. Welcome home. So current energy between me and my uncle during no contact. I currently have him blocked after a major misunderstanding, and he ghosted me, hence the blocking. So I'm asking how the situation is and so on. Okay, let's look at that. I'm sorry that happened, and yeah, that can be kind of a tricky situation. It's good though that you blocked and you went no contact, you went no contact. You did that, even though that can be a painful thing to do. It's good that you did that, because it's showing that you have self-respect and peace of mind to be able to step away from a situation. And a lot of times it's family. Sometimes it's close friends, but a lot of times it's family, and it's really hard for us to establish boundaries with these people. So sometimes it's just best to go no contact, just because they don't get it. And sometimes people will make a misunderstanding out of something that is so easy to understand, but they make a misunderstanding out of it as a form of manipulation. Hopefully that's not what's going on there, but it's like it can be a very simple concept, and then they misconstrue it so bad, and they're smarter than that, And then it turns into this whole thing, and it turns into like a blame game. Why would you say this or that? When, blah, 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 you know? And there are people that can be just kind of tricky that way. Okay. All right. Okay, so we have the Magician. Okay. The Magician is interesting. Okay, I'm getting it here. I'm not going to say necessarily, I'm not going to do the reversal reading of it necessarily, but I may throw that into this just a little bit, and I'll explain in a second. 8 of Swords. Okay. So is the uncle in this situation, does the uncle have victim mentality when it comes to things happening to them? Because if I see the Magician, the 8 of Swords, and this is the 8 of Cups in reverse, walking away from situations that no longer serve them, but also being someone who can be either confrontational or what's like stonewalling, like they just go silent, like you said. I'm curious with this kind of thing here, because it seems to me, if there's a misunderstanding, the only thing you have to do if you're a mature person, and hopefully your uncle, you know, your elder would be older. He said I was the one with the victim mentality, so exact wording there. Okay, you're the one with the victim mentality. Okay, so that would make sense. Okay, so it sounds to me like your uncle's playing the blame game, okay? And that's usually something that more mature people don't do, right? Your uncle to me sounds like projecting. Sounds like a very childish person, okay? And if they don't get their way or they don't get what they want, then they ghost or they stonewall, which is them just not talking, right? You try to state your case, you try to say how innocent you are, you bring facts, you bring logic to the table, and they can just glaze their eyes, look right over it, and then throw out some generic insult or throw out something to discredit your character or make you not feel good about yourself or whatever the situation happens to be. So in those situations, if those are the kinds of people you're dealing with, it is best to kind of just block them for the time being. He accused me of something that someone else did to him. Okay, yeah. So isn't that funny? He accused you of something that someone else did to him, and yet he calls you, he says that you act as a victim, and yet he's doing the victim stuff. But like you said, projecting. In this situation, right, just stay away from the person. These kinds of people, they can be kind of a wild card, and they can be toxic, and things can just trigger these kinds of people to all of a sudden have the worst day ever, and they will take it out on whoever is around them. Not fun energy to be around, because it's very like kind of walking on eggshells with these kinds of people. You don't know what's necessarily going to trigger them. You don't know what's going to happen. But when something happens, it tends to turn into a weird catastrophe, right? And anyone else looking at the situation would be like, this doesn't make any sense. But this person in their mind, because they have all of this weird shit going on, to them it makes sense. But nobody else would look at it and be like, how did you arrive at that conclusion? Okay, it's someone who doesn't see logical thinking as, is there any chance of him changing his mind or realizing his behavior towards me, etc.? At this point in time, no. No, if someone is willing to throw out, you're being a victim, you're doing this, you're doing that, and I'm sorry to say it, right? Obviously, you would want resolution, you would want that. At this point in time, this kind of person, they're just being a big baby about it. It's very much like you have to capitulate to my way of thinking. They're going to want an apology from you. It's been a month since the ghosting, okay, and I still feel like there's not going to be a lot of progress there, because you would have to apologize to them, even if the thing that they did was their fault. You need to apologize to them, and even then, I don't know if you would get an apology back from them being like, oh, I did something wrong too. It would probably be like, I'm sorry that this happened the way that it did. Can we work things out? And then I've tried to apologize, but he wouldn't listen and ghosted me, hence I blocked him. See, and that's even worse. You tried to say you were sorry, and he still blocked you. To me, that's like a power move. It's a way to manipulate you, a way to make you feel bad. Stonewalling is literally that. It's making it so that they won't even hear you. They won't even listen to you, and they act like you never existed. And it's just a way for them to sort of manipulate and get more out of you. They basically, in that situation, would want you to come back to them and beg to be back in their life, and that's not right. obviously. This person to me sounds like a very immature person. If there is a misunderstanding and someone wants to apologize, you listen to that person, right? You listen to that person and you say, you know what? Okay, there was a misunderstanding here. I'm sorry that this happened the way it did. You're sorry. I'm sorry. Let's work toward being better people. But if someone is ghosting you and doing all that, yeah, block their ass. 100% every time. Even if it's family. I'm sorry that it's that way, but nobody should have to go through that kind of situation. You know? So again, I'm not seeing anything opening anytime soon. I don't feel like it's your fault, though. I feel like it's this person's fault because you tried to apologize. You tried to make things right. But if the other person doesn't want to do it, screw it, right? If they don't want to do that, then just move on from there. And if there's anything in the future and this person is open and honest and they apologize and they're sincere, I'm planning to unblock him in a couple months. Would there be anything different then? I'm not necessarily seeing that to be the case. You're someone who, if something happens in their life, you think about things. And you would think about things and you would be like, okay, I messed up here, but in the future I won't mess up again. I'll try to work through things. I don't feel like this person has that same level of being able to look at themselves and work on their character. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done this in the first place. If they're your uncle, they're older than you, they should have more maturity, and they don't. And generally speaking, the older someone gets, it's harder for them to learn these kinds of lessons unless they are humbled in some big way by some big life event. They generally tend to be very stubborn and they refuse to change or see things from a different perspective. And a lot of times people that are older in these situations view younger people as whiny, as entitled, whatever it happens to be. There's all these different labels. And it's nothing that you're doing. It's just how this person tends to see the world. And that sucks because you're a part of it. But at the same time, you're not the reason why he did this, right? If you're willing to apologize, you're willing to reach out and do all this, then your conscience should be clear. This is the person here. It's a huge misunderstanding. You were willing to try to smooth things over, make things right, and this person just is choosing to ignore you. So I would have blocked him too in that situation, because at least you're trying. At least you were making an effort. And if this person wants you to get on your knees and literally beg just for the slightest bit of attention from them, that's a power move and that's messed up. I don't like it. So I would say in this situation, focus on yourself and what you can do to make things better for you. But the uncle in this situation to me just sounds like they are just being awful. So leave them behind, focus on yourself, and understand that if shit really hits the fan, if things really get hard, I do feel like you're willing to say, okay, how can I make things better? But if another person in your life, whether it's your uncle or anyone else in your family or friends, aren't willing to say, okay, I want to make things better after you're apologizing, I want to make things work, they're not willing to work with you, then get rid of them in your life, whatever that means, because it's not hard to say, I'm sorry, and to move on and to move forward and to be like, okay, let's work through this. Okay, you should always be given the grace and the benefit of doubt for those that really care about you. They will always give you chances to keep showing your sincere side and accept your apologies and work through things, because all humans make mistakes. There will be misunderstandings, even through people that have great relationships. And it should be okay for you to make a mistake, or for you to admit a wrongdoing and to feel safe enough to do that and to feel vulnerable, and then have that vulnerability seen as a strength, because that's what it is. To be vulnerable, truly vulnerable, takes courage. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing there. Does that make sense? I've been debating whether or not to unblock him now, but I'm still not sure, so might just wait until whenever. Yeah, I feel like if you let the person back in your life, it's going to be similar situations. Really? Okay. Look, Hero, this is what I'll say. This will be the ending thoughts for the stream, okay? What does this person bring to your life, right? And you don't have to answer me. This is something you answer yourself. This is something you answer in your mind. What does this person bring to my life? Do they make me feel happy? Do they make me feel excited? Do they make me feel loved and appreciated, right? And if the answer is no, then don't let this person back in. If the answer is yes, then, I give it a few months and see what happens. But if when you're talking to this person you feel drained, you feel tired, you feel anxious, why reconnect, right? He made me happy and I feel love before the misunderstanding happened. Right, but isn't it weird that he can just make it so that there's a misunderstanding and then everything's off the table? See, I don't like that way of thinking. It's so extreme. It's like the love is unconditional and it's there and then it switches. Okay, I don't like that way of thinking. But just give it some more time. I would say in this situation, just give it some more time. Really think about it. Okay, it sounds to me like if someone wants to see it as a misunderstanding and they literally refuse to hear it from you, from your side, then there's literally nothing you can do at this point in time. You have to wait. So if you want to wait a couple months and then try again, wait a couple months and then try again. Okay, maybe there can be some sort of something that happens. I'm not seeing anything changing, but in a couple months there can be a lot of energy that changes. The cards kind of predict how the energy is now and a little bit into the future, but they're not set in stone. Things can happen. Maybe something changes his mind and he's willing to open up and listen a little bit more. Hopefully that's the case. If this person was someone important in your life, I do want you to have that connection, but I don't want you to feel a sense of obligation towards people that would make you feel otherwise unloved or unappreciated. But hopefully that helps to address that, Lokiro, and I think I'm going to be signing off for the evening, everyone. Thank you for coming on here. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. And thank you for making this an awesome evening for me and for everyone else and for being so kind in the community. And thank you, Jean, for coming on here. I appreciate you so much. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. And everyone take care. Toodaloo.